lot of changes. I ain't been on in a while, so we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what I've been doing and what I'm doing now. So, everyone remembers, I was at Blue Dog Ranch for a couple years, and I was going to be staying there. And so what happened is, with all the rates dropping and stuff, Blue Dog Ranch made some changes, which is now a brokerage. So I had to find someone to run her because he doesn't have an MC number because he's a brokerage now. Which is fine. I still I still call him. I still can get loads through him and all that, so I can still run his freight. So I had to come up with a game plan. I needed a number to run under. I needed somebody's authority because I don't want to get my own authority. I'd rather just lease my equipment. So, 4 years ago, I was running local. 5 years ago, run local at my area, and I know the guy really good, and I call him a good friend, and I called him up and said, hey, can I lease my equipment onto you? He says, absolutely. And so I was like, I got contracts set up, so, just here's the percentage I'm getting now. If you can match that, and everything stays the same, you still make this much, all that. I'm going to need a fuel card. He got me an E-Log. It's Omnitrax. So, I leased my truck onto him about 2 months ago or so. Maybe a little more, 2 months or so. 2-3 months. Now, I didn't come out with a video, but I ended up buying a second reefer trailer. So I own 2 reefer trailers and then my truck. And what I do is I keep a drop trailer out by Sioux City, Iowa, and I run loads home, real close, within 50 miles of my house. I go home, I turn around, deadhead all the way out to Sioux City, drop my empty, pick up my full, keep going, dropping hooks. I set that up. So I'm still doing that, but he's got a bunch of local stuff. Dry van, his trailers, so he gets a little bit more percentage when I use his trailers and his runs. So I'm like, you know what? It can't be that bad, I'll run local for a week. So, I'm not saying this is every single local company, but look into local stuff right now, because I made more money and I was home every day, Monday through Friday and the weekend. I made more money and less fuel than I do running OTR right now with the rates down. $3-4 a mile dry van. Running, from $800 to $1,600 a day. As an owner-operator, that is gross. $1,600 a day. And home every day and weekends. So, look into your local companies, because with rates down right now, I want to stay away from the spot market. I want to stay. You either want to do what I'm doing is contract freight and local dry van, because that's what I'm leased on. I'm leased on to the company I used to run local for, and he's got local runs. 8, 10, 12-hour days, and I'm home. Start at 4 in the morning, I'm home by 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, a lot of drop and hook, and the heaviest load, let me get something to drink. The heaviest load that I had was like 10,000 pounds. It was like scrap styrofoam. Literally. Scrap. And even though I have a sleeper truck, because it's local, if I run air miles, I can extend my time 16 hours, so I have more time to run, and I can run more loads. As long as you can only do that once or twice a month or 3 times a month or something. But as the myth has been solved, as an owner-operator, call any local trucking company that you are in your area and ask them if that you can lease your truck onto them. Set up a fuel card. I do NASDAQ, which is TA Petro, Road Ranger, Quick Trip, a couple others. I'm literally saving. So every week, if I fuel up like $1,500 a week in fuel, that's what I spend cost by the pump. $1,500. I'm probably saving $150 to $200 a week. So you're saving just with NASDAQ like $600 to $900 a month in fuel, TA and Petro. I don't know what the other stuff is, but. And he set up a fuel card. He put the e-log in here. I'm running his local stuff. I'm running my contract stuff. So what I'm thinking of doing is I ran 2 of my contracts in a week, which is Monday through Friday. And I have weekends off. I have to leave Sunday. So really I only get a day and a half at home. So I know what I make there. I know what I make with 5 local jobs, and 2 of the days was deadheading all the way out to Cleveland. And usually I get a load out there. So if I would have got a load for both of those 2 days, that would have been an extra $1,600. So in all reality, running local, if I would have got a load going out there for both of those days, my checks would have been after fuel more like probably $4,000 for 1 week. Local, home every day and weekends. $4,000 a week. Yeah, it's definitely not what we were making last year when rates were up, but you're home every day and weekends using your own truck, running drop and hook, no wait times, and if you do have to get loaded, you're in and out because they know you're local. That's what they, so it's set up, you're in and out. Even getting loaded, I think I was in a dock 45 minutes. So I'm not saying that, you just call up your local trucking company and get right in. No. But it's an option. I would call them if you want to be home and you don't want to be out on the road and you want to make, like I said, this is what I'm making. And I could have had a potential for a $4,000 a week, but 2 of the runs, I had to deadhead out to Cleveland and run an $800 back. So from Cleveland back to my area, 200 miles, $800, $4 a mile with a dry van. So that's what he got paid for it. So I got paid for it, and he takes my his percentage out of that run because that's what he got paid to do that run. $4 a mile, local, dry van. When right now they got people running out to cross country 4,000 mile round trip runs for $7,500. You after fuel going out west and back, and it takes you 4,500 miles a week and a half. Why would you do that? You want to what I think would make the rates go up is if everybody would just stop running spot market, get a truck and run local. Get your own truck, get your own day cab, run local. That's just me though. So I'm trying to do my cost per mile I know what I make 5 days local in fuel, ballpark, give or take. I know what I make with 2 of my contract runs a week. So now what I want to do is run 1 contract Monday, Tuesday a week, and 3 locals. So I'll be gone 2 days a week, and I'll be running a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which I'll be home Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and the weekends. And if I'd run a contract Monday, Tuesday, I have to leave Sunday night. So really, I'd have 3 days during the weekday at home by 6 o'clock, 5, 6 o'clock, and day Saturday and all day Sunday because I don't leave till about 5 p.m. at night. And I head out to Sioux City, which is like 10 and a half hours away, 11 hours. So that is what I'm doing. And I'm keeping both of my trailers because as soon as both of those trailers are paid off, so the second trailer I bought is an old Schuster. So when this one's that one's paid off and my other one's paid off, that's just equity. You know, sell them or rent them out. You can guys are renting 2005 and 6 and 7 trailers for $1,200 a month, $1,000 a month. Mine are 13s. Just rent them out for $1,000, $1,100 a month. You know, they're responsible for anything. You know, tires, brakes, anything with a reefer. Obviously, you know, if the engine blows, it falls on me unless they determine that the engine blew is because they didn't keep up on the maintenance. If it blew just because it's old, you know, it's on me. But everything else they take care of. Tires, brakes, whatever. If they wreck it, they replace it. You know, you figure that out. So that is my goal. As an owner-operator, running local, being home every day and weekends, your potential, or my potential, is $3,000 to $4,000 a week. I would say $2,700 to $4,000 a week after fuel. That is after fuel. My fuel costs, driving local and all this light stuff, I only spent $1,017 in fuel running local. When I run my contract freight, I'm spending like $1,500 to $1,700 a week in fuel. And it was not even that strenuous of a week. I ran a few weeks ago, I ran in one day $1,600. So $1,600, it was a full day. You know, I used pretty much all my 11 almost. I think I had an hour left of my 11. So it was a 10-hour drive day plus 2 hours of breaks and stops and this. So it was a good 12 to 13-hour day, you know, dropping and hooking. But $1,600 gross. That is before percentage and everything. But 1,600 times 5. Let's see. 16, 32, 64, 78, or 64, and then another 16. 64 plus 16, 74, $8,000. If I ran 2 of those runs every day, 8,000 gross, running local as an owner-operator. I'm not saying that I could get that lucky enough to run those, but I do have a potential. If I ran 5 of those runs, it was a run out to Cleveland, or where was it? It was somewhere for 800 and coming back for 800. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, you have a max potential up there in the 8,000 gross per week. So what I challenge you to do, for all you owner-operators that want to be home more, that are struggling on them spot market load boards, is call a bunch of your local trucking companies and see if you can lease your truck onto them. Set up your percentages the way you want to set it up. My percentages are set up like this, to give you a rough draft. Now, if it's my trailers and my load, if I do my own booking, with my own trailers, I get 83%. If it's my trailers and the company's dispatch, it's 80%. If it's their trailer and their dispatch, it's 75%. In dry van, I spend $200-300 a week in fuel for the reefer. I don't have to do that with a dry van. So God, you look at all these options out there in trucking, and anybody that's followed me since the beginning understands that I'm about less overhead, less fuel, more money, higher paying loads. And I'm always changing to look for that. If you don't ever look and you don't look for better options, you're never going to get better. You're never going to go higher. And as an owner-operator, you want to set up your runs and you want to set up your job and your truck and how you do things how you want to. So if you don't want to be home and you want to run, that's on you. But I want to make a lot of money and be home every day and weekends. And now, after years of trial and error, yeah, last year we made good money, because the rates were good. I grossed $300K to the truck. That's before percentages and before anything. That is, I grossed Blue Dog Ranch. My truck grossed Blue Dog Ranch $300K. That's before fuel, obviously, before percentages, all that stuff. That's total gross, rate cons, $300K last year. So this year, obviously, with the rates crap, I locked in a contract at just over $3 a mile and running these locals for $3-4 a mile. Man, I challenge you guys. You're not losing anything. If that's what you want to do, you want to be home with your own truck, own your own truck, own your own trailers, or just your own truck, and run local and make more money with your own shit. Call up local companies and ask them if you can lease your truck onto them and what kind of freight they're running. And I'm seeing so many people take cheap ass freight. There was a load that I heard somebody took for 96 cents a mile. People. Unbelievable. $1.25 a mile? Are you serious? If your cost per mile for your truck to run it isn't close, it should be around $1.30 to $1.40 a mile. That's to run your truck. That's my cost per mile. $1.40 a mile minimum is what I need to run my truck. So anything over $1.40 is profit. Because it costs my truck to run with fuel and the reefer and the trailers and the payments and you do your cost per mile. I need $1.40 a mile to break even. So my contract freight at $3 a mile or over $3 a mile, I'm profiting $1.60 a mile. That's how you should set it up. Quit doing this low freight. If you're doing 96 cents a mile and $1 a mile, I don't know how you're making it. You guys gotta, stop running this cheap stuff. And I can preach this all day long and people will still run it because they don't know no better. And you can't stop running the freight because you're going to go broke even worse than you already are. So I understand. I get it. But, there's so many more options out there. And I just hate seeing these guys lose their trucks. You know how many used trucks right now are at Aero Truck Sales from people that fell behind, lost their truck? A lot. So that's what's going on, man. Call the local companies and ask what kind of rates they're getting, drive in or being home every day. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you're not losing nothing asking. You know, company I'm leased on is in the Indiana area, so the rates are probably different there than they are everywhere else. And they've had their company for 20 years, 25 years, you know, so they're established. So, you know, it's something to think about if that's what you want. So that's what's going on. Running this back to Michigan, delivered tomorrow. Must stop at I-80 truck stop, fuel up, and I'm on 20, Highway 20 right now, coming into Fort Dodge and then Waterloo. Takes 380 south through Cedar Rapids, head on 80 and straight out to Michigan. So, all right, guys, drive safe. Stop running that cheap freight, even though I know it's hard right now. So, all right, guys, I'll talk to you later.